attrition drags on, the pirates are beginning to explore new forms of media.
There's the internet for the DJs to go, like there's certain internet stations out there at the moment that people go, the DJs go and play. They pay £20 and they're broadcasted all around the world on the internet, you know.
All they need are a pair of decks, a lead from the mixer into the back of a PC, and away you go.
Sounds of the Pirates, coming at ya, live and direct.
InterFace is at the forefront of a new revolution in pirate radio.
It's as simple as having a PC, a 486 PC to do it, and just downloading a simple plugin that takes about 5 minutes off the website. It's a real simple job, very, very simple, and it's getting a lot easier and easier and easier as we go along.
Sounds of InterFace, pirate radio with a style.
Well, we was actually emailed, I think it was the Christmas just gone, by these guys that were travelling around in a nuclear submarine. And they took our signal and parked it around the whole sub while I was eating their Christmas din-dins, etc. And actually had it going for about 2 days before they actually got told to pull it off by one of their commanders. Oh, no, none of that pirate radio stuff.
Don't forget where to look. With a www.pirate-radio.co.uk. The Pirates out of London.
We're usually sustaining about between 4,000 and 8,000 people simultaneously. The hit rate is into the millions.
Today's internet pirates, like those who operated offshore in the 60s, are not illegally broadcasting, but they are infringing copyright laws.
People like InterFace are hosting music for free on their websites, and anybody can log on there and actually enjoy the music without actually the owner of the copyright being paid for it. And so what it's doing is it's encouraging this culture of music being very free, and the producers and the artists that have spent a lot of time and money in creating that music aren't getting anything back for it by, with this sort of usage.
We certainly don't get any negative feedback from the artists. The record industry is another matter. They're not particularly impressed. But that's just because they're frightened to death of the internet.
Picking up the brushes on the Oklahoma massive.
At the moment, pirates are exploiting the unregulated potential of the internet, leaving the music industry in mild panic as they try to catch up with this new breed of pirates.
The actual spirit hasn't changed. All it's changed is the technology, as it always does. I mean, all I've done is follow the technology, natural progression. From tower blocks to then the internet. I mean, it's just a natural thing, what comes next. Well, part for me is it's about being real. It's about not pre-planning anything. It's about people coming and playing from in here rather than out the pocket or out there. It's not something that's thought about. It's something that gets talent, fresh talent.
Do the radio.
I came in doing pirate radio and on a piratical wavelength, and my last broadcast ever, when I no longer want to be legal, will be a pirate one, yes.
Climb on board with the Net Radio Pirates. What's the experience for you DJing for an online audience?
I found it quite nerve-wracking at first, and I was quite mic shy because I used to have an MC, so I wasn't used to really talking on the mic, and the fact that everyone's watching you as well, for me it was quite, it can be quite exposing, but it's brilliant at the same time because it means that it's much more personalised. You're not just a sound, you are a person,
It's completely different. If you played on pirate radio, you get someone in South London and you might be broadcasting from North London, but to actually be broadcasting from in the centre of London and then getting shouts from all over the world, it's quite mind-blowing.
We have had reports of Japanese submarines and American Air Force bases and all kinds of things. But it's just really funny because you'll get messages saying, yeah, Jungle Girl from California, yeah, you know, it's kind of, so it's all kinds of people.
So do you make any money out of that?
No, we make nothing out of it.
How comes no banner advertisements? Are you not charging for content or making deals with other content providers?
Our DJs pay to play on the radio station. They pay £10 each to play a set on there. It doesn't really cover the costs. We all tend to beg.
Wouldn't it be better if you get involved in advertisement and trading content and then you don't need to charge the DJs?
Yes and no. The reason I got on the internet was because of that, because we didn't run adverts. The people that gave us the bandwidth and the people that gave us the licences and the facilities and the technical support did so because I suppose it wasn't a threat when we wasn't there to make money.
In this particular station, it's kept its honesty and its realness, and it means that you're much more focused on the music rather than sort of having like advertising or sponsorship and being playlisted, etc., etc. So you can do much more of what you want to do. I mean, for me, it would be pointless if it was playlisted, because the reason I do it is because I want to play what I want to play.
Thanks to the adorable boys and girls at InterFace for letting us into their smoky, groovy, secret bunker.
I've heard about this pirate radio station. I'm just going to go in and check it out. Obviously, there might be a code to get in. The man with 3 legs is at the door. Remember, the 5th of November. Oh, please, open up. Oh, chaps, guys.
What are you talking about?
Sorry. I thought you were a pirate radio station.
No, we used to be a pirate. Pirate by name, pirate by nature, but the legal status has changed somewhat since then. We were a pirate about 6 years ago, but we made the transition to the internet in '97.
Why go onto the internet opposed to getting a license on the airwaves?
Well, obviously because it's legal, and we're now reaching a global audience rather than a local audience. They basically log on to our site as they would any other site, and you click on a flag and on comes the music.
Tell me what goes on here.
DJs come down and pretty much spin as they would on any, I suppose, pirate radio station, even though we're not pirate anymore. It's just a basic kind of home setup.
So now a lot of DJs down there produce their own stuff?
Yeah, about 50% of them or so produce their own stuff. And they use laptops like these and software like this to actually send it out. So what they'll do is they'll record a bit of music at home, put it onto a laptop, and then via this laptop they'll just send it out around the world. So it's pretty much just stop and play.
It's like a musical revolution going on.
Yeah, pretty much so. I mean, it's game over pretty much for a lot of the big record labels and stuff. I mean, their time's kind of coming to the end. It just means that anyone can now pick up a bit of cheap equipment and go and write music and get it out. I mean, it's the future. There's no stopping it.
Hey, hello, you come to InterFace, come on in. My name's Patch. Just show you around the studio, show you what we've got going on here. Basically what we do is we run a couple of streams out of here, like London Underground dance music. The original inspiration, I think, was to basically escape the powers of the DTI. InterFace was a pirate radio station called Face FM back in the day. And basically the proprietor of that, Mr. Mad Ash, decided that it was he'd quite had enough of being confiscated, so he decided that he needed a new direction. He met up with a couple of people that were involved with the internet, had networks set up, etc., etc. Basically hooked up with them, and InterFace got born. The station's been going since February '97. It's been going really well. From about day one, we had people that were interested in hearing what InterFace had to offer, and we've got a real worldwide community that do listen to InterFace on a regular basis, and that's extremely gratifying. And you know, it just gets better and better. Industry has started to recognise what we do. And while we don't play their games specifically, while we don't, you know, pander to the normal rules of commercial radio, people are still interested, you know, on quite a big league in what we do. Got 2 encoders here, both like quite meaty. This is just a 486, but it's been working for us for like 3 and a bit years, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. NT box running a video G2. A couple of chatting machines for the crew that come down, so people that are listening can tap in, leave messages for the DJ, say whatever they want to say, do whatever they want to do. And then we've always got someone down here checking out, you know, the site. And who's down here?
Live from London, on the telly.
We don't playlist our DJs, but we don't ask our DJs to say anything. We don't ask them to do anything except turn up and play records. Most bedroom DJs could get away with having a setup like this. Little mixer, always gets rinsed, completely whacked out, so we've got about 20 of them or something like that. Technics decks, tape, CD, pitch shifts, of course. 2 big monitors. The site is actually quite large. There's, obviously the first thing they're going to see is the fact that we not only are a radio station, but we do broadcasts from London clubs and elsewhere. One of the first things they'll find will be the fact that we've got quite a large network. We've got a lot of servers, so no one should have any trouble actually connecting to the music. They'll see something that's got no banners on it. They'll see something that's not got any advertising on it. They'll also see that we've got a chat room, which is generally always populated, sometimes by weird people, but quite often by quite lucidly weird people. The site can provide really basically a one-stop trip to something that's very fresh. There's a lot of music, there's a lot of chat, there's a lot of interactivity. It's not just a faceless, silent site.
This is Thompson Wilvis. First show on a Wednesday, taking you right through the weekends, 24/7. Very special guest, Mike.
What we can offer that the FM can't offer, and that's interactivity. Pirate radio goes some way toward doing that with the telephone line. So we wanted to kind of keep that vibe alive, and chat rooms are ideal. And also we haven't got the restrictions that commercial radio, FM radio has to have. We don't have any commercials on the actual radio itself, so it's basically 100% music. We're trying to keep the pirate radio vibe. It's more of a philosophy for us than an actual legality. You know, when people's connections start getting bigger and bigger, then basically what they'll start seeing and hearing really will blow them away, and it does then provide an alternative for TV and for, you know, radio.